Thanks, Holly, everyone. And keep the applause going for the one, the only, Baker.
Cannabis! Sorry, I knew there was something. Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm stoned. The reason I'm telling you I'm stoned is because I'm a cannabis addict. The reason I'm telling you I'm a cannabis addict is because I really thought this was my weekly users meeting. Sorry, don't get me wrong, I know this isn't the Clapton Rehab Centre, but in my defence, there are a lot of the same faces. I know I've seen you before. So I smoke a lot of cannabis, so I forget a lot of jokes. This is going to make this next bit fun. It also makes me forget my name. I have to do silly things to remember my name. It's Ian Baker. Baker as in someone who makes bread, Ian as in lesbian. There is a reason why I use the word lesbian. It's because if you take a look at the word lesbian, you will see Ian quite clearly hanging out the back of her. You're thinking that could also work with Brian, Adrian, Julian and Martian. Well, let me tell you, it fucking ain't gonna. Not unless it's a really fit Martian. I'm only joking. As I say, I have to do silly things to remember people's names. I have a friend called Horace. I call him Clitoris. I'm trying to remember why, but I can't put my finger on it. I'm only joking, it's because he's a bit of a cunt. That and he dribbles when you tickle him. You're laughing like a good one there. Do you want to know how I remember your name? Harry with an F. Because it is. Did you see? You see? No problem, mate, no problem. If I remember it, so will I. Hi-ho, hi-ho is not a nice way to greet a prostitute. Even if she is related. I come from East London, which is why the jokes are so poor. Some of you might have been looking at me and thinking, yeah, I know you're from East London, we recognise the E9 gang colours. Let me just point out, these are not E9 gang colours. Well, they can't be, because I'm not in E9. This is the away kit. It usually gets a better laugh, so I'll wait a couple of seconds while I remember the next joke. I don't even want to do a joke. Would you like to hear me do an impersonation?
Yes.
Yes. Who would like to hear an impersonation of Professor Stephen Hawkins?
Go on. Yeah.
Singing Sean Paul's Get Busy?
Yeah.
I'm getting a few looks from people thinking, why? The reason for that is it's a lot easier than his fucking dance moves. Although say what you like about the prof, he does a better robot than Peter Crouch. Okay, so who wants to hear Get Busy then?
Yes.
Okay, please remember that this is Stephen Hawkins and not Sean Paul.
Jordy and Rebecca. Remember the just let them do the drop to the beat now stop deep shutting us dead to the dead cranked up for the left and it's in the rough color that's all the shit from the result. The lyrics are about like chicks to y'all know about the job to not because of the mother destiny. Wax excellent.
Fuck, do I need a joint? No, I'm only joking, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to that part of the evening now where I want to talk to you about paedophiles. Please don't look at me like I'm some sort of sick, twisted, dirty pervert. I personally cannot understand the idea of paedophilia. How could anyone want to sleep with children? I'm 33, I can't stand going to bed early anymore. But you will all be very happy to learn that the collective noun for a group of paedophiles is not a school. That's not what they're being rounded up into, because we all know it's a church. I'm happy to say I've never been touched by God or anybody else in his employment. But before I go, I'd like to touch base quickly with you about my nephew. He's 11. He's quite intelligent. The other day he called me a sexual deviant. You should have seen the way I told him off. I said, "It's pretty, you little cunt." You think I've done all that work for nothing? My nephew, he's 11 and he's very intelligent. The other day we were on the computer and he's teaching me how to surf the web. I know fuck all about the internet. But at the same time I want to educate him, so I'm trying to show him some of the old cartoon characters I used to watch as a kid. Give me a cheer, not so much this side of the room. If you remember Danger Mouse.
Yeah.
Woo! Thundercats.
Yeah.
The original Transformers.
Yes.
I wish I had you there instead of a fucking nephew. All I get from him is, "Can I look at Pokemon?" I get angry, but I'm not showing it. I tap in Pokemon, hit enter. Little do I realise my fat fucking fingers have hit M at the end instead of N. I know some of you have done it. Come on. Okay, for those of you that don't know, which seems to be everyone, I've just googled Pokemon. I don't know what embarrassed me more, what came up on the screen, or my nephew telling me what a MILF was. You don't know, do you, my friend? You don't know. No, you're just looking at my trousers thinking, nah. I mean, your brother and I have got similar tops. Don't know why that's important. But then who gives a fuck, I'm stoked. Anyway, I said to my boy at the end of this, I said, "Listen, is there a button on this computer to make sure, you know, we can press on this computer to make sure this sort of smut doesn't pop up again by accident?" And he said, "Yes, there is." And this is how smart he is, ladies and gentlemen. That's when he taught me how to bookmark. Left you on a high. Well, fuck it, that's the way I'm feeling. So have a good evening. Thanks.
Okay, some admin before we bring on our last act of the first half. At half-time, the bar there is going to open, so you'll be able to drink without going downstairs, which I think is a real achievement for the place. What do you think, Room? That's an achievement, yes?
Yeah!
Very good, very good. Okay, so we're going to have one more act, then we're going to have like a 50-minute break. So, are you ready for your final act? The first act? Yes. Yeah. Without further ado, please, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Mr. Robert White!